Sawasdee Krap and good afternoon once again. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of September 2021. It's the first day of the month now, and this is the English language summary of the press briefing here at the CCSA as always. Now, universal protection. Now, the words COVID-free setting, the words universal protection, the words smart control and living with COVID. These words are becoming quite familiar to our audiences here in Thailand and the public here as well. So we're moving forward. Today is the first day of the reopening of many businesses and the easing of some restrictions, as you all know. However, we must continue to be vigilant and follow the smart control and living with COVID-19 format. Smart control and living with COVID-19 format to be able to return fully to the new normal, in which we have to learn to live with it, with COVID-19, and continue our daily lives as normally as possible with the highest hopes. First off, I'll start with the vaccination progress that we have that has been administered since the start of our national vaccine drive. So as of yesterday, we administered 828,182 doses of vaccine. I'm sorry, not as of yesterday. Yesterday we reported the number of inoculations as over 828,000 doses, increasing the accumulated number of vaccination to over 32 million doses already in the country. And you can see the breakdown of yesterday's administration of doses, 828,000 doses, as first dose being 393,000 plus doses. Second dose up now to 431,000 doses. That's in one day. So total is 32 million doses, and we are on track. In the pace that we're going now is on track. If we keep up this pace, on track to the plan that we have for national vaccination. So we have the general situation as well to report to you for today. New confirmed case as 14,802 cases. New recoveries is moving further away from the number of new confirmed cases. New recoveries we have at 18,996. So almost 19,000 new recoveries compared to 14,000 new confirmed cases. We have active cases at the moment standing at 166,922, as you see in the green box in the center of the infographic there on screen for you. New fatalities remain at over 200. Today we recorded 252, making the accumulated total over 11,000. This is now 0.98% fatality rate. If you recall, the months past, it was quite lower than this, from 0.2% to 0.8%. Now it's 0.98% in terms of fatality rate. In terms of the distribution in terms of provinces and cities, Bangkok remains with the highest number of infections for today at 3,732 cases recorded for today. And you see the numbers on screen for you there of about the other provinces that we have recorded. Now there's those in green and in red, in green being lower than yesterday, in red being higher than yesterday's number. And reports of infections are still found in various factories, markets, and medical staff also still getting infected in these provinces. However, we observe some good signs as the severe cases and fatalities are gradually declining, meaning that there are more resources available for new cases. Now, I'd like to touch a bit on the home isolation system. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has launched this line account to provide initial medical treatment to COVID-19 patients. The system will notify patients regarding hospitalization via the line account, and you have that details on screen for you, which can be added via the line application. And the account is to screen patients with RT-PCR or antigen positive test results. Medical staff will initially assess the symptoms after the patient's personal information is entered into the system. And patients with mild symptoms will receive treatment in home isolation, while patients with more severe symptoms will be sent to community isolation centers or field hospitals or hospitals for further medical treatment. Some of you in the English language audience had been asking about the vaccination certificate as well. There were some questions about the vaccination certificate for international travel. Now, mind you that this is for international travel, not for domestic use. For those who would like to get a certificate, would have to provide the vaccination certificate from the hospital, the passport, and travel documents such as air tickets. And contact one of the 3 offices, as you see the detail on screen right now, including the International Communicable Disease Control Port at Suvarnabhumi Airport, also at the Travel Clinic of Bamrat Naradoon Infectious Disease Institute, and thirdly, or at the Urban Institute for Disease Prevention and Control. And you have that infographic on screen for you, courtesy of the Public Relations Department for this international vaccine certificate, passport for travel. Yeah, it used to be the yellow kind of cover passport. Now, for inter-provincial travel, as you may have been informed, for those who wish to travel the country, right now the various domestic flights have been reopened, including to and from the dark red zones, including Bangkok as well. So therefore, you can fly actually to the various provinces from Bangkok, to and from Bangkok right now. For land travel in particular, you can also, for those who wish to travel by land travel by bus in particular, Thailand's transport company has announced that the resumption of the bus services in the dark red provinces starts today, after it had been suspended. This includes 26 routes, with 8 northern routes, 10 routes to the northeast and east, and 8 routes to the south. This resumed service with 75% passenger capacity per trip to comply with the COVID control measures. Tickets also, of course, can be booked through their websites. Another piece of information that we mentioned a few days ago as well is regarding the cooperation that we had with other countries in terms of the vaccine swaps, as well as the provision of vaccines in terms of the cooperation that we have. Just to highlight for you today, the cooperation that we have bilaterally with Germany, where in Thailand and Germany is strengthening bilateral cooperation on health security. And we in Thailand, of course, deeply appreciate the goodwill and donation of the mono from the government of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Royal Thai government for effective treatment of COVID-19 patients. And the donation is part of Germany's humanitarian support for Thailand, which is facing challenges in curbing COVID-19 pandemic, as are other countries around the world. Just amid Thailand's wave of COVID cases, there are many groups of volunteers working to help tackle the situation in Thailand. I'll just give you some examples today. One example is the We Care Network, which spearheaded the COVID Home Care Project, to help people get medical attention that they need to stay safe during home isolation. That's one example. This infographic courtesy of Thailand Now. And another one is about the Institute of HIV Research and Innovation, or IHRI Foundation, which has admitted over 18,700 patients into its home isolation program and over 500 patients into its community isolation program as of since August 2021. And the programs have provided more than 163,000 meals and more than 7,200 medical supply kits. And this infographic is, again, courtesy of the website thailandnow.in.th. So with this, I wish to express great appreciation to all volunteer groups for their continued assistance and cooperation to the Thai people. Your efforts are invaluable, of course, during this critical moment, this crisis, and reminds us that there is hope as long as we work together and help each other. And for those who have contracted COVID-19, you have many sources to inform about the medical needs, about home isolation needs, like kits and everything. And of course, appointments for vaccination for foreign nationals is on the way, as we mentioned quite often. Many have received their appointments already from registering from expat vac website. So with that note, I thank you for your attention. Please stay safe, and we'll see you again next time. สวัสดีครับ